And I want to thank all of you for coming. It's really great to look out and see so many smiling, supportive faces. Whether you've known me for 48 years, Al, or you've known me for 3 minutes, I appreciate your support. It's very humbling, and I'm honored to have you all here tonight. It's also nice to look out and see a mix of people. Older people, younger people, Republicans, Democrats, independents, all in the same area. And that speaks volumes, because to me at this level, this isn't about getting the best person from a certain party in office, it's about getting the right person in office. So I appreciate all of you being here, regardless of which party you're in, because this is about getting the right person in office. It's also really nice to look out and see so many of my Rotarians. Rotarians, raise your hands. I feel like we should get a makeup credit for all the Rotarians who are here tonight. And people who are in Rotary like me know that the motto for Rotary is service above self. And that motto is not something that we just subscribe to every Monday at noon at the Hershey Lodge. That's something that we believe every day of our lives. And that's what motivates me, it's service. Outside of my beautiful daughters and my fantastic job at JPL, the thing that gets me going every day is serving our community. That's what gets me up out of bed, that's what keeps me going all day, that's what I feel really good about. So when people ask me, why are you running? And some people ask that with an attitude as if to say, why in the world are you running? Because they know how difficult this is. The answer for me is really simple. It's because this is the best way that I know how to serve Derry Township. I have been really involved in the community, as many of you know, for a very long time, for about 25 years plus. I've been involved in the community as a Rotarian for over 10 years, served on the leadership track, was president 2 years ago, and I've got 2 presidents in the room with us right now. I've also helped start and build the Hershey Area Playhouse, which is our community theater in town, and served on its board for 7 years as chairperson, and continue to serve that organization, helping them with PR and marketing and performing when I have spare time. I also serve on the board of the Hershey Symphony Orchestra, and I've helped them build their audiences, and I also perform with the big band in my spare time. I really enjoy that involvement. And I also have worked on the board of the Hershey Derry Township Historical Society, and while I'm no longer a board member, I continue to help them and consult with them, especially as they focus on their annual event each year to help them preserve our history and also celebrate the future of Derry Township. So I've been involved in lots of ways. The most recent way that I've contributed is through working with the Downtown Hershey Association, and many of you, I hope, are familiar with that. It's a group that is focused on revitalizing downtown Hershey. How often have you come through Hershey and people have said to you, where's your downtown? And you say, well, that was it. Well, you won't say that any longer. As time moves on, I guarantee you that you will be more proud of your downtown, and so will your visitors and friends as they come through. There's a very dynamic board made up of local residents, of government officials, of big business, of small business, and there's this unprecedented collaboration of all these people rowing the same direction because we all want the same thing. And it's very energizing to see all the good work that's been happening. We've flipped on the switch. Hershey is turned on. There are events happening downtown. There's a farmer's market. There's a concert series. The Swains are playing Friday, by the way, from 7 to 9. There's lots of good things going on. There's a fall festival coming up. There was an art show. We're taking over the holiday celebration. So there's lots of energy downtown. And just as important as that, we're revitalizing the look of downtown. So the streetscapes will change. It's going to have more of a sense of place. And when you drive through town, you're going to know that you're in town. And that kind of unprecedented collaboration is so exciting, and I see that same kind of thing happening out along Middletown Road. There's a group called the Middletown Road Coalition. Dale Holt is here in the back. He's one of the members of that group. And here's a group of residents, homeowners association presidents, that are working hard to make sure that the quality of life for the people out along the Middletown Road corridor and everybody who passes through is improved and preserved. That as growth happens, that as traffic increases, that group is working really diligently to have a voice with the township supervisors to make sure that that work continues. So I applaud them for their efforts, and I see that same kind of cooperation and collaboration happening. You know, when you think about the big issues in Derry Township, I'm sure the same things that are on my mind are on your mind, whether you live in the township or you live in a neighboring township. Traffic management. How often do you get stuck on Governor Road, on Cherry, on Walton, on Middletown Road? And while there's lots of good work being done to remedy that, there is so much work that has to be done. And you need a strong 5-person board to make sure that work happens. 2 people, 3 people cannot make that happen. You need 5 people who are willing to devote 7 days a week to making sure that the township continues to grow. So 49 days from now, the polls will be closing. Who's counting? And this is a really critical time in the township. A lot of people don't take local races very seriously. The voter turnout is typically very low, but I have to tell you, the decisions that are going to be made in our township in the next few years are going to be far-reaching and have an impact on your children and their children. So it's really, really critical that you have a very strong board in place to make the right decisions, not only for us as we live out our lives in Derry Township, but for our children and their children. So it's a very, very critical time. So I'm really proud of the campaign that we've been running. I think it's very well thought out and planned out, but I'm actually even more proud of the work that I'm doing outside of the campaign because I'm preparing to be your next supervisor. I'm spending a lot of time talking to Derry Township supervisors, talking to township management, talking to county officials like Mike and Skip Nemi, who couldn't be here tonight, also talking to state representatives like John Payne to see how all those pieces fit together, because I don't want to take 6 weeks or 6 months or 6 years to figure out how to be a Derry Township supervisor. I want to hit the ground running. So in January, I want to be on the job and working hard for everybody. So I've been doing lots of research. If I get elected, I'll be a great supervisor. If not, I'll be the most well-informed Derry Township resident around. But I'm really proud of that. And also for the last almost 2 years now, I've been consulting with the township, helping them with their communications, making sure that our residents know what's going on in a timely fashion. So I feel like I'm very well connected to the inner workings of the township, and I know how to get things done. What I don't know how to get done, I promise you I'll find out, because I'm not going to waste these 6 years. I promise you I will make a difference in the 6 years on the board. I don't want to look back and say I didn't accomplish anything. I want you to look back with me and say thank you for what you've done. It's really important to me to have this kind of service and to know that I'm helping the township. I'm looking forward to the next 49 days, and I'm hopefully looking forward to the next 6 years of being your next Derry Township supervisor. I can't thank you enough for coming this evening, and thanks again to Rick and Joy for a lovely evening. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.